Hello, YouTube. Ruth Bascu here with another video. Heads up, dolly nudity. I am redressing lovely Kabuki here and bringing her out now for a while as Quinn is on vacation. And Kabuki finally came back in her story from her tours of what she's doing, which we'll get into much later in my story. And so now I've got to get her dressed. So today we are putting her in one of her Asian styled dresses. This is the white skirt. This is the blue and white blouse that goes to it. This is the over part of it in blue. Where's this? Here they are. Right here. That goes over it after it's on. And then this is the light blue tie that ties around her waist after you put it on. And then she will be wearing this cute little jade ring as a bracelet. And these will be the shoes that she will be wearing right here. So, let's get to it, shall we? So, anyway, I'm hoping that next week I will be able to actually do a video going into my story a little bit, because I think I know where I'm going to go with it. And I really can't wait to do it. And also, I want to give everybody a heads up and a warning. Although I do not approve of what a lot is going on with the transgender community, I'm also not someone who hates the gay and lesbian and, well, I don't dislike gay people. I just, right at this point in this time, I'm not particularly fond of the group out there that is causing a lot of trouble. And I'm saying that because in my story, I am going to be having a gay couple. And I don't want people to get upset and start yelling and screaming at me about being, one of those troublemakers, as they're calling them nowadays, because some of them are actually doing things that I would not approve of and don't approve of. And a lot of the gay couples from the 60s are also not particularly happy with the new transgender community either. So it's not like I'm the only one who's unhappy with them. But, so I wanted to give you guys a head up on that. I do have a gay couple in my story, and I will be covering them eventually. And if it bothers you, then you may not want to listen to the rest of the story once everything gets settled in. No, I'm not going to be doing porno stories on it. I'm just warning everybody now because I know how people feel, how a lot of people are feeling about the gay community right now. And I'm probably not saying this right, and I'm probably going to offend a lot of people, but Dylan Mahoney upsets me, and a lot of the males that's associated as being female are upsetting me on the female track teams and the swimming teams and the tennis teams. And now we're supposed, from what I've heard out there in the big world net, our beauty queen for this year is actually a man. Tired of the women's rights being taken away from them because we as women back through the 60s, 70s, and further on than that, fought to be recognized and to have our ways, and now here we go, having to fight for it again. And when we speak up, we get told, shut up, be quiet, sit down. No, sorry, ain't happening. Enough said on the topic. So anyway, my story is going to hopefully conclude, unless I get distracted somehow, with the them being in their own galaxy. So this will be a new start for me on how to do a sci-fi. Man, I am having a hard time getting this outfit on her. I didn't before. Come on, Kabuki. Get your skirt up here. What the heck, girl? Come on. Because I am a big fan of sci-fi movies, so my story is based a lot, well, is on sci-fi itself, you know, as a sci-fi movie, so I don't know why this is not staying on, which is wrong. It's not staying up like it should be. So I have found that doing sci-fi isn't as easy as everybody thinks it is. You just come up with a fictional place and you start throwing fictional stuff in there. And technically, if you want to make it sound real, you need to know a little bit about science, a little bit about space. And if you're using military themes in it as well, you got to know a lot about military terms, none of which I know anything about. So it's just thrown out there. Just being thrown out there, and that's about all I could do with it. And it's fun. I'm enjoying it, but it's really hard to come up with ideas in it. But yeah, there's going to be a lot going on in my story when I start next, after I listen to where I left off, and I pick it up there. Things are going to change. Situations are going to change. The whole background and planetary system is going to change really quick. And that was my goal all along. So I'm going to try to carry that through when I do my next video on my story. And at least start the movement section of it. And there will be certain characters that won't be in the story for a while because of what I have planned for them and where they're going to be. And new characters will be added as that goes on. And hopefully I won't lose or confuse people during that time. Kapuki here has her story going, and I'll give you a little on her information here as soon as I get her head on. There we go. Oh, this part of her outfit, it's somewhat on. It's not on the way it's supposed to be. I've never had a problem with it before. I don't know why I was having a problem with it today. But anyway. So there's Kapuki. So Kapuki here is a Kabuki actor in Kabuki plays. She follows the great legendary Kabuki actor. Nobody in the theater knows that she's female, and that part being because Kabuki is, well, she's my gay female. She's the lesbian in my story, and she's always wanted to do Kabuki. And so disguising herself as a man wasn't really all that much of a chore for her because she always wore more male-like clothes than female clothes. And hopefully in my story, I'm going to try to keep that part going for a while with her being working in Kabuki. Or she got the idea of doing it without being caught from watching her favorite movie, Mulan, which, if you remember, Mulan disguised herself as a boy to go to war so her dad wouldn't have to. And even though that didn't end very well, I'm going to try to make Kabukis last a lot longer than that. So, yeah, she is the female that is my lesbian, and she is from Earth, and she is from Japan, and her family migrated to the United States. So when she's not seen sitting around, I'm not taking a lot of pictures of her. Those are times when she's not home, but on her travelings with the Kapuki group. And Kabuki will have a girlfriend. Her girlfriend isn't around on Earth at the moment, but Sassy here is her girlfriend. Now, they haven't met yet because Sassy is from another galaxy and another planet, and Kabuki is from our galaxy and on Earth. But these are my two couples right here. Like I said, I have my problems with the new transgendered community that's out there, and I'm supporting the ones that are trying to stop this, because in my fear is because so many people right now are getting caught up in all this other stuff that the new transgender group is doing, and what people want to do politically, and how we're supposed to talk, and how we're supposed to refer to people, and saying what we can't say, and women not being able to speak up. We're speaking up. But my fear is that at some point someone out there is going to get an issue. I want to use a certain word, but this is YouTube, so I can't. So an issue with it, and is going to start going after the gay community. It's something I have been feeling in my gut is going to happen, and I'm afraid for everybody when it does happen. The last thing we need right now in this country of ours is cultural war or sexual war, or just because you don't think like everybody else, you must be this or you must be that. Just because you don't believe the way I believe, then you must be a homophobic, or just because you don't believe the way I believe, or you think this way or watch that, then you must be a racist, or or a Satanist if you believe in another religious path other than Christianity. Well, these are things that are trying to divide our country right now, and our country doesn't need to be divided. It needs to come together. And unless we all can put that freaking hate behind us, we're not going to survive what's coming. And I'm not saying I'm psychic or that I do predictions, but a lot of the time when I have my gut telling me that something really bad is going to happen, it happens. And I'm seeing it going to be happening within the Pride community because of this new group that wants to make everybody call them the, he, she's, non-binaries. Seriously, you can go ahead and chop your body up if you want and be made into a woman or into a man. That's fine. But don't be pushing that stuff on 5-year-old kids. And there's where my anger comes in, because I've seen a lot of videos where they're doing exactly that. And for those of you who may not know about it, all you got to do is just type in the information on it, and video after video will pop up of what's going on with this new group that is out there pushing this whole transgender stuff heavier than they ever had before. The New York parade during Pride Month was one of them, in which I just about went ballistic and almost threw my phone after watching the video. So anyway, back to the story. So this is my same-sex couple. And yes, I'm going to try to get a video in next week that covers where I left off with my last story. And I hope you like the story I'm doing. If you do, let me know so I'll know where to go. If you have any ideas of what I should do, then let me know, and I will see about weaving it into my story. I appreciate the comments, and as long as they're not hateful, as long as you're not complaining about things, because if you start bitching at me and complaining at me and causing me a hassle, I will block the comments. And that's just all there is to it. I won't handle hate on my channel. So, peace, love, keep calm, carry a smart doll. Bless be all.